Okay, now I'm going to show you how I get these old rubber bushings out of the spring eyes here. There's really only two things that you need. We've got a drill with the drill bit, roughly 1/4 inch, and then we got the torch. I've got MAP gas, propane works just as well for this. You're just trying to melt it, really. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a series of holes, probably 5 or 6, in the rubber all the way through, and then we're going to heat it up. Primarily what we want to do is heat up this inner seal sleeve, and that'll help sort of melt the rubber, and then we can hammer it out and it'll just fall out the bottom. So let's go ahead and get started here. Can be tricky to get it started sometimes. There we go. Got it all out of there. The next thing we need to do to get our new polyurethane bushings installed is this large diameter sleeve right here needs to come out as well. Now I just found that my Sawzall is broken. It doesn't work. So the best way to get this steel sleeve out of here is to actually cut it just straight down the center. Try not to cut into the spring. You might nick it a little bit, but that's okay. Try not to cut too deep into the spring eye itself. Now I'm using my air body saw. The result will be the same. It'll just take me longer to do it with this. So we're going to make one cut through the center just to split the sleeve in half, and then we'll get some screwdrivers and some chisels and we'll punch out that sleeve. Alright, so I got a cut all the way through the bushing here. So I'm just using a screwdriver. Yes, I know a screwdriver is not a chisel, however it can be, and that's how I'm going to use it today. So we'll just start tapping. Just go straight down the cut. So there you can see that sleeve is split all the way down the center. So now we can just drive it out of there. That's it. There's our sleeve. Now we just need to clean this out in there and then shove our new polyurethane bushings in place. Okay, now that we have the sleeve punched out of the spring eye, there's some rust in there that we need to scrub out of there. There's a couple ways you could do it. You could just take a regular old brush, stick it down in there and get some of that out of there. A little bit better option would be take a little wire brush that you can chuck up in your drill, spin that around in there. What I'm actually going to use is a small little hone. Now this is really like a wheel cylinder hone, and I've got some WD-40, and I'm going to stick this in the hole to kind of get that rust scale out of there. Now, because of the way the spring eye is wrapped here, you need to make sure that you spin this in the correct direction. In this case, the drill would be going in reverse like that. If you spin it in that direction, it's going to catch on that little notch right there, and you'll break your little hone. So this is clean enough and smooth enough for our purposes. If you are going to use one of these small little wheel cylinder hones, just remember, you just want to do it enough to take the rust and the scale out from inside that. If you do this too long, you will increase the size of this hole right here, and you don't want to do that. The bushings they're not a press fit, but they are a snug fit. So don't spin this for too long or you will increase the size of that hole. Now with some of the grease that came in the kit, smear just a little bit onto our bushing. Smear it around with our finger, kind of get all the surfaces, including the little flange area up there towards the outside of it. And then it just presses into place. And just with a little lube on our finger, kind of smear it around on the inside of the bushing. Make sure you get both sides. Take just a little bit more. Smear it onto our sleeve here. Now the sleeve is a little bit more of a snug fit than the bushings. That one went in really pretty easily, but if you're having trouble with it, just take a C-clamp, put it on there, and you can kind of press that sleeve into those bushings without too much trouble.